I want to tell you about the day my best friend of 12 years looked me in the eye and said, I don't know what you're talking about. Then had security walk me out of the building we built together. Let me back up. Priya and I met in college. We were the kind of friends who finished each other's sentences. When I came up with the idea for our skincare brand, Clean Formulas for Sensitive Skin, because I'd struggled with eczema my whole life, she was the first person I told. We should actually build this, she said. So we did. I handled product development. Every formula, every ingredient list, every late-night reading dermatology studies, that was me. Priya handled the business side, contracts, investors, the stuff I hated dealing with. For 3 years, it worked. We were equal partners, 50-50, on paper and in practice. Or so I thought. The cracks started small. Priya began taking meetings without me. Just logistics, she'd say. She started introducing herself as founder instead of co-founder at events. I noticed. I said something once. She laughed it off. You're being paranoid. I wasn't paranoid. 6 months ago, an investor reached out to me directly, confused. He said he'd just signed a deal with Priya, as sole owner. Sole owner. I called her immediately. There's been a restructuring, she said, voice flat, like she was reading a script. For legal reasons, it made sense to consolidate ownership under my name. I was going to tell you. 3 years of my formulas, my research. My name was barely on the original paperwork because, back then, I trusted her to handle the legal stuff. 2 weeks later, I showed up at our office. My office, too, I thought, and security stopped me at the door. Priya stood behind them, arms crossed. I don't know what you're talking about, she said, when I asked why I couldn't access my own formulas. Here's what Priya forgot. I'm a scientist. Scientists document everything. Every formula I'd ever developed was dated, logged, and backed up, not just on our shared drive, which she'd already locked me out of, but in physical lab notebooks I'd kept since day one. Time-stamped. Witnessed by 2 former lab partners who'd helped me test early batches. I also had something else. Every single text message where Priya called me her co-founder, her partner, her other half of this company, spanning 3 years, hundreds of messages, all screenshotted and saved because I'm the kind of person who never deletes anything. I didn't sue immediately. I did something better. I found a lawyer who specialized in IP theft between business partners, and I laid out 3 years of documented proof across her desk. She looked up at me and said, "This isn't even a hard case." It wasn't. 8 months later, I didn't just get my ownership back. I got the formulas, the trademark on the product line I'd personally created, and a settlement that let me start my own company, completely separate, completely mine. Priya texted me once, after the ruling. I hope you're happy. I didn't respond. Not out of spite. I just didn't have anything left to say to her. My new company launched 4 months ago. Same formulas, my name on every patent this time. We hit 6 figures in revenue in the first quarter. People ask me if I regret trusting her for so long. I don't actually. I regret not writing things down sooner, a lesson I'll never unlearn. So if you're building something with someone, anyone, even someone you love like family, get it in writing. Not because you expect betrayal, because the people who never expect it are always the ones standing in a hallway, locked out of their own work, wishing they had proof. I had proof. That made all the difference.